We're back and we are thrilled to be joined by this week's Beast of the Week, Amber Ruffin. Amber is currently one of the hosts of CNN's Have I Got News for You, and previously hosted her own late night talk show, The Amber Ruffin Show, which was on Peacock. Amber also serves as a writer on Late Night with Seth Meyers, and she'll be the featured comedian at the upcoming White House Correspondents Dinner. What are you doing to prepare?
What? Freaking out, buddy. Freak out time.
It's time to freak out. No, I mean, I am, I have my Google Docs open at all times for throwing jokes in there and little thoughts I'm having. But I can't help but to be like, because we're a little ways out,
Yeah.
right? News is happening at such a freaking clip that how are we supposed to hit this moving target? Also, like, how could you forget any of this stuff happened? You know what I mean? So
You're gonna have to write the whole thing that afternoon. There's no
And do you, Amber, do you expect the president to show?
No, I don't. But I just honestly don't think it's an important thing to him in any way.
It was important to him in 2011 when he got teased mercilessly during the Obama years. I mean, many people say that was the ground zero for him deciding to run for president, although I can't help believing that Donald Trump knew from the age of 5 that he wanted to be president.
But he took over the whole Kennedy Center, so he doesn't need to come to the Correspondents' Dinner anymore. He can just have like WWE in the most beautiful space where it's all that beautiful craftsmanship and woodworking is, and they can break the beautiful organ or whatever.
Ha ha! How cool would that be? It'd be a little cool. It'd be a little cool.
Just
That's
a little
Kennedy Center
cool.
wrestling. I wouldn't go, but I would watch TikToks of it.
I would watch the clips after. I would watch the clips as they oil up all those beautiful, old, refined herringbone parquet floors.
Oh,
Sorry. In my version, everybody's oiled up.
Yeah. To walk in, you have to get oiled up.
Yeah, you do. Now you do.
It's a slippery place.
Well, maybe you could do that for the White House Correspondents. Just change it up this year.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, God. Okay, so will anyone from the administration be attending? How much do you actually know about who will be in attendance? Do you get, like, the rundown?
I'm sure that I will at some point.
You will.
I
Okay.
know the news organizations that will be
Yeah.
attending. I don't think the people confirm until quite a bit later. I don't necessarily, like, I'm not 100% interested in being like, ha, you're here, look at your stupid head, you're burned. I care, like, you're kind of a bunch of murderers. I mean, so, like, they were like, you need to be, equal and make sure that that you give it to both sides and blah, blah, blah. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be freaking doing that, dude. Under no circumstances.
When you as a performer, like when you have like a live performance that you're doing for the people who are there, and are you doing it more, it's for the cameras or it's for the people in the room? And how do you make, I don't know, is that just an organic process of figuring out who you're?
Yeah, it's a tough room, right? It's a big room. It's
terrible room.
3,000 people in the Hilton Ballroom in Washington, which is hard to command. And then you've got the audience, the television audience.
Yeah, it's never great to do both, especially in a bad environment like that. And they say it's a bad audience. And sometimes that's true, but sometimes it's not. They're certainly poorly mic'd for sure, times 1,000. Everyone I've talked to said it feels a lot better than it looks.
Right.
So that makes me feel hopeful. But also, it's just a horrible room. It's a bad room for comedy. It's not great.
Right.
High ceilings, warm. The last thing you want. Thousands of people far, far back. It's not ideal. But I do think like there will be a sense of what the hell are we doing?
Yeah.
Like it's bonkers that we're still acting like things are normal. I don't know. We're all going on this roller coaster, right? Like you spend 5 minutes like, hey, we've had worse. Then you turn a corner and you're like, no, this is as bad as it will ever be. Nothing is this bad. So
Yeah.
I'm glad to be on that roller coaster with you guys.
Is I mean, did they actually say to you that you need to go after both sides equally?
What they said is that they had people bring it up in the past, how uneven the, comedy was.
Because usually the comedy is directed at whoever is the president at the time. So even when you went to the Obama White House Correspondents Dinner, which he did attend, there were tons of jokes about him, and he was probably more aligned with the media than any other most recent president.
Yeah, I think it's just that burns on Trump hurt badly, and then it trickles down to everyone who's around him, because 'cause y'all also guilty. So, I think they got their feelings hurt, and they want that false equivalency that the media does. They want that. It feels great. It makes them feel like human beings, but they
Yes.
shouldn't get to feel that way because 'cause they're not.
Some people are more culpable than others.
That's
So
right.
and they get more jokes made about them, and the jokes are meaner because they're doing things that are worse
Yeah.
in a lot of ways. That's how that goes. It can't be even. It
Yeah, I
actually
don't see
can't.
how you could do it,
It can't be
without
even-handed.
then becoming a part of what's wrong.
Yeah.
You know? So,
Yeah.
talk to me in 5 minutes when I'll be like, "Oh, we have to stick together." Who knows how I'll feel.
I picture this being maybe the drunkest year ever. Like, I think that I've only gone once in my life. I've never hosted or anything like that. I went one time, and I've never seen more drunk journalists in one place. Like, it was incredible, actually. I'm sure you've been. Have you been
I've
lots of
never been.
times? You've
I've
never
never been.
been.
No.
You never have been.
Mm.
Okay. Well,
Okay, well, I have many years to dispense because I've
Joanna's
been
been
endlessly
there.
for the last 10 years probably, or 15 years
Tell me
possibly.
People
everything.
people get wasted beyond imagining.
People do get very drunk because the dinner itself is 4 hours long. So it's incredibly long. So people have nothing else to do. They're talked out. There's endless cocktail parties before the actual dinner. It takes forever to get into the room.
I saw a man throwing up, like, violently into the potted plants in the hotel lobby
Oh,
where I was staying,
god.
violently, and so many people getting kicked out, like, so many everyone.
But to me, I grew up in the north of England. That was a regular Saturday night.
Okay,
I saw that
alright,
all the time. That's nothing to do with
okay.
journalism, to be fair.
It's
I
just
mean,
free drinks. It's just free
if
drinks.
you walk down any high street in Oslo, in Norway, you will also see that. That's just a Northern
I
European
guess.
thing.
It's just free drinks for hardworking people
That's right.
who are in a state of total chaos and, in many ways, persecution. They're like, "I'm getting my fill tonight."
That's right. They deserved it. They earned these drinks.
They did.
I want them to each get messier than the last.
Yeah. Joanna, what was the funnest one you ever went what's the best one that you've went to, that you've gone to attended?
I was gonna say, I actually, for the most part, there's always a sort of report that says, "Oh, the comedian was a disaster, it didn't work." But when you're in the room, I've always found them to work. So I loved Michelle Wolf, I loved Larry Wilmore. Those are the 2 that I remember the most. I loved Obama doing it with his mic drop. And I've always actually shamefully, because I've never met a party I don't want to go to,
That's true.
I've always enjoyed them because you come across people you haven't seen. It's like a crash course. It's a weekend crash course. By the end of it, you are exhausted. I remember coming back on a train once with Mindy Kaling after it, and the 2 of us were just hysterically laughing because we were so tired. We'd been up for 48 hours, and the man sitting opposite us just slammed his bag on the table and told us to shut up. So it's sort of one of those weekends where you get giddy with having talked to people. But obviously, at the core of it is something very important, which is journalists' ability to write about what's going on in the White House. And we come out a period when we had a group of White House correspondents who couldn't write about what was going on in the White House, which was that the president was not entirely competent, which we then saw fall out at the debate. And now we have a White House where they don't want the press, or there's certainly independent press, in the room at all.
No,
So
they just
it's
call them up. They call them up on Signal. They just give
well,
them the story by
that's
included. They
true.
just include them.
That's true.
They don't
That's
need to
such
call
a
them in.
suspicious story, isn't it, how Jeffrey Goldberg was there in the first place? But Amber, I'm very curious about how you think of it through the through the lens of comedy. I mean, there's so much that is so serious right now. Is comedy the only thing left to help us interpret this?
I feel like comedy is
I'm putting on my
comedy.
glasses. Weird.
Oh,
I'm like,
so drunk.
I'm so
Already so drunk. Well, she's in her house. She can be however she wants.
She's got funny little French frames with her, the French glasses she's brought back. She's trying to look like we're on that show Apostrophe.
That's right. Very
Oh,
important. No, comedy. Comedy is going to save us, Amber. It's going to be you.
Yeah, I think it might just be down to Amber Ruffin.
You.
The
I'm
White
gonna try
House
my
You're the one.
Correspondents.
You do it.
I do love laughing about things when they get terrible. I feel like that's definitely a Black thing. It's certainly a Ruffin thing, and it's definitely my thing, is when things get really terrible to be like, I can't believe this. You can't help it. You can't help but
Right.
to laugh.
The show. Okay, have I got news for you? It's
Hey.
a great show. Good segue to talking about the show. Does the show help you process what you're? Is it like, I don't know. It is good. And I miss talking to people about, like a Joanna and I do it now once a week. But I do kind of miss that daily breakdown of,
Yeah.
like, it is nice to talk to people who see the world through that kind of chaotic, weird lens. It's helpful in a way. Is it helpful to you?
It feels great.
Right.
It's a special added element because we would get the news breakdowns and we'd get
Yeah.
setups and we'd write punchlines. I'm saying would, but I still do. But what happens at Have I Got News for You is you just come in knowing what you know, and then you get quizzed on the rest of it. So
Right.
you have to find out in real time while people are looking at you horrible things that have happened. So
Oh,
then they know how dumb you are. And they know that you know a little too much about XYZ, but also your honest reactions come through. And that's all comedy is just, if this man does this again, I'll scream. And then the inevitable scream of it. That's basically all comedy is.
right.
You've had I mean, obviously your co-captain or your opposite captain is Michael Ian Black, who writes a wonderful column for the Daily Beast. We love him. How do you get on with the sort of straighter conservative politicians that you've had on as the straight people?
Really terribly. I mean, I'm fun and I'm nice, but I'm old. You don't be coming around me with this bullshit. Because I didn't invite them there. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, if I had invited them there, I'd be like, hey, this is my house. Welcome. But I don't have to do anything but stay Black and die. So I'm going to act however I was going to act to begin with. So I feel also like they don't mind it. Like, no one's saying, hey, make sure to be nice. They don't care. They're like, hey, rip it up. Bang, bang, bang. So I just act as a surprise to no one, exactly how I want to 100% of the time. It's fine. They
That's
don't care.
great.
And also, no one's dumb enough to be running up in there talking about, you gotta blah, blah, blah. I wish somebody
Right.
would.
Right. Oh,
So,
You look like you're having enormous fun. I did
you
the show
do.
last season and I just had the best fun. Roy Wood is hilarious as
Roy's
the
great.
moderator. Michael in Black is great. You're fantastic. It's
you had
just,
a really good episode. You did really good.
well, that's nice for you. All I remember is my face was aching from laughing because you actually film it for 2 hours and then the actual show itself is edited down. But I couldn't stop laughing. I found the whole thing so funny.
It's a really funny show. It's such
Yeah.
a good show. Did you go to, the Mark Twain Prize? They just gave out the Mark Twain Prize to Conan O'Brien.
Conan.
Were you there? Do you go to stuff like that? Are you like, sign me up? I gotta be at that thing. Is this the last one ever? Or does it go to Greg?
Girl,
Does it go to Greg Gutfeld next year?
didn't you-
Oh, oh no! Oh no! I
That hurt
broke.
my feelings so bad.
I broke.
Because Sam, you know it will.
I know.
You know it will.
I do know. Oh,
Oh my God, that hurts my feelings so hard.
I'm sorry.
Because he shouldn't have it.
I wish that I could reverse the polarity of the Earth, and I wish that I could, like, reverse time and take back that I said that, actually.
That's
it-
what you would do.
That's what I would do if
It's
I
worth
was Superwoman.
It's
I
worth it.
would do it. I would waste, if I had one genie wish, that's what I would waste it on. Taking back that joke.
I was so happy a minute ago.
Oh, no.
But that's what, and that's the gross thing about all of this is we all can do the math. We know that this is going to get worse. Nothing's going to come save us. There aren't, all of the brakes that are in place are failing. It's a runaway train, and it's going to smash everyone in the trolley problem. Somehow it's going to get the 5 people, and it's going to get the person you love. It's smashing us all.
No, comedy is going to save us. I can't let this interview end on such a
Again.
negative note.
You
Amber,
do it,
comedy is
Amber.
going to save
Do
us.
it.
The ability to laugh in all times is going to save us. Listen, best of luck for White House Correspondents. You've got a month to go. I'm sure there will be a lot of news before then.
I cannot
Yay.
wait. I think you're gonna kill it.
I think you're gonna kill it too.
Cannot wait to watch.
I guarantee I'll have a blast.
You know what? That's
I'll have
right.
fun, and that's a guarantee.
That is all I need to see.
Thank you very much, Amber. And we will, I'll look forward to seeing you. I'll be in the room. I shall look forward to seeing you.
Okay. Bye. I love you so bad.
Bye.
Bye.